And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. The session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Better Ecosystem. My name is Ryan, and I am so glad to be your host today. Last year, over 16,000 crypto projects launched, and how would you like to get paid to share quality crypto pre-sales on our CrowdX Calendar? We've paid out literally thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency to our community members who post projects on our CrowdX Calendar. That's exactly what these sessions are designed to do. They're designed to give you the knowledge, resources, and experience to find great crypto pre-sales and crypto projects. And as a community, we work together. We utilize something called crowdsourcing, where we work together to find projects that have potential, while at the same time we work together finding warnings and red flags about projects that maybe bring concern. For the last 9 months, we've hosted over 120 plus live sessions like this, where we've talked about the CrowdX Calendar, helping people utilize the CrowdX Calendar, finding great projects, and like I said, paying out thousands of dollars worth of crypto in the process. We host 2 sessions like this every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you're at the right place at the right time. Go ahead and drop a hi, hello, letting everybody know where in the world you're watching from, because we do have a worldwide audience. We have Wanda with us, Carl, Luis, Meng. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. I did want to give a shout out and congratulations to the Better Ecosystem and to the Luminous Angel team. Now, I will say that this project is we're not affiliated with Luminous Angel. Better VCell is not affiliated at all, but did want to celebrate that VCell's first project that launched off of the launch pad. They had a successful raise. They hit the hard cap of 100 BNB. Also, they were profitable within their first 24 hours, and we'll get into what that looks like and what that actually means here in a moment. And also, they actually had a val of 3%. 3% gain. So had an all-time high of 25% gain. That's a 1.25x and a val of a 1.03x. So again, congratulations to Luminous Angel. Want to give a shout out to them. Again, no affiliation with Vetter or VCell, but just congratulating the team who launched and utilizing the VCell platform for the first time. And this is it's something we're celebrating. It's a big deal. It's a milestone. We often talk about, as a community, we're building the bull. What does that look like? It looks like laying bricks as perfectly and precisely as bricks can be laid, and step by step and brick by brick, we're building a foundation for the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And sometimes it's challenging to not see a handful of steps in front of you. But I believe it was Martin Luther King Jr. who said, you don't have to see the entire staircase, you just need to see the next step. And that's what we're doing here. We're showing up on these sessions, we're asking questions, we're communicating and creating dialogue in Discord. And by the way, if you're not part of Discord, I do invite you to go check out the Discord. You can find the link in the description below. That's where we talk about the projects in depth, asking questions of people, supporting each other's ideas and challenging each other's ideas even, because we all have different perspectives and different viewpoints. But I say all that to say, what we're doing in these sessions, what we're doing in Discord is literally preparing us. We're building a foundation for when we're building directly into the bull market. And the people who are paying attention and actively contributing are the people who are absolutely learning the most. Now, if that scares you, if you're concerned by that, you may be thinking, well, Ryan, I'm brand new. Guess what? I was brand new about a year and a couple months ago, and everybody here was brand new at one point, and that's quite all right. Whether you are a seasoned veteran, you've been here since the very beginning, whether you've been in crypto for 5 years, 10 years, maybe today's your first day, whatever the case, your knowledge, your insights, your questions are valuable to the community and to the ecosystem. So we welcome you here. We look forward to working with you. We look forward to talking with you as well. So again, what does it look like to build the bull? It looks like being in contribution. It looks like supporting your fellow community member. It looks like coming from a place of possibility. It looks like having a solution-oriented mindset. It looks like contributing wherever you can contribute. It's really easy for people to sit in the stands. You probably know these people. You've probably run across them in your life before, where they go to a sporting event and they're in the stands and they're cheering when things are going their way. They're cheering based on what they think should be happening. But yet, maybe the coach makes a play, maybe a player makes a play, and all of a sudden they're heckling. They're yelling from the stands. Oh, come on, you should do this, and you should do that, and what about this? Nah. Just heckling. Another term is armchair quarterback. This is a space where, this ecosystem is a space where you can get in the game. You can participate. You don't have to sit in the stands and heckle. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. We welcome you to get into the game, to lace up your kicks, roll up your sleeves, and let's lock arms and go to work together. Because I've often said this before. I said this weeks ago. I said this leading into the launch of Skylabs, the VSL token, that it's not a matter of if we make it. It's simply a matter of when we make it. And when we make it simply comes down to having the right people in the right positions who are willing to take responsibility to continue to move the ball down the field. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the momentum starting to shift. I'm seeing that we're finding those people. I'm seeing that other people are saying, you know what, I want to get in the game. And so I just want to acknowledge you for that. Those of you who are showing up to these sessions and who are contributing, those of you who are scouting projects on the CrowdX Calendar. I mean, that is our flagship proposition, our offer, our unique selling point in this market is CrowdX, the crowdsource model. So if you're adding projects to the calendar, you're contributing in a massive way. If you're contributing to the comments here and asking questions and dialogue on YouTube or Discord or any of the socials, that's contributing to the ecosystem. Helping someone answer questions, just chiming in, saying hello, all of those things are getting us one step closer. So I just want to acknowledge you for that and thank you for your contributions. As we talked about earlier in the week, there's going to be some changes. I guess I say changes, maybe updates is a better term. If you're sitting on the fence right now and you're like, you know what, I really want to get into scouting. Okay, just out of curiosity, if you're watching this right now, you've never scouted a project, but you want to, just go ahead and type, yeah, that's me, or type a yes. Okay, if you have an interest in scouting projects, but you just haven't done it yet, for whatever reason, it's okay. Just type, yes, that's me. We're working on putting resources together to support and onboard any new scouts who are interested in scouting projects on the CrowdX Calendar. Okay, you're going to have the opportunity to learn from some of our best scouts and get your questions answered and feel that support in that community of, hey, we got your back. You can learn, ask questions, and get everything you need to get you started. And that's what we're creating. Another thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be implementing some Twitter Spaces. And then another thing, and this is how it directly affects these sessions, is we're gonna hook it up to we're gonna connect Discord, like a chat room, like audio chat room, with our live sessions. Meaning, instead of just me talking about my perspective on projects, open up the space for you to talk about your perspectives on the same project. Because two different perspectives brings massive value. It allows us all to learn. Also opening up the space to ask questions. So instead of questions being, asked through text, we'll have verbal questions. And so I'm really excited about that element. I think it'll bring on a new dimension for us. But take it a step further. The vision is to actually hop on live voice chat in Discord about 30 minutes before these live sessions start. So we can actually communicate and talk and get to know each other, get to know each other's stories, where we're from, where our background is, and things like that. And so I'm really excited about that element of community and us learning and growing from each other. So Vijay says yes, and Yor says yes about they want to be scouts. Fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. Not only happy that you're interested in becoming a scout, but also you're willing to say yes. You're willing to say yes. So often in life, we don't take action. So I just want to acknowledge you guys, Yor and Vijay. Thank you for taking action. And so just know that, if you ever see different scouts talking in CrowdX, you see the projects being posted in CrowdX or people talking in Discord, just know that we're all available to support. But there's going to be specific trainings and onboardings to support you in learning and getting you up to speed on scouting so you can get in the game. So glad to have you guys raise your hand and be a part of that process. So with that, we're going to jump into the CrowdX Calendar. I'm going to show you just real quickly how simple it is to post projects on the CrowdX Calendar. Before I jump into that, though, I did want to circle back and talk about Luminous Angel. And we're going to pull up the chart for Luminous here. And let's see here. Let me go over here to Telegram. Here's our chart. Or here's our contract. And so I wanted to talk about voting just really quickly. Like what determines whether a project is profitable or not in the 24-hour time frame. We haven't covered this topic in a while, so might as well just talk about it now here. You're gonna see a lot of stuff on the screen here. Let me delete all that stuff. Let me go back. There we go. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete. Okay. There we go. All right. So this is the chart here, and you may notice, right here, this is the, let me go down to the 1 minute, so this is much more clear. Okay. All right. So you may be wondering, okay, how do we get here? Okay, how do we determine whether a project is profitable or not? I saw someone in Discord asking, hey, they got confused on what the pre-sale price was. So from an auditing perspective, I wanted to go over and show you how we determine these things. Okay. So if we go over here to the V-sale and go over here to finalized, and we're going to see Luminous Angel here, and we're going to view the sale. Okay. And right here we have the pre-sale rate. And right here we have the post-sell rate. Okay, and there's a difference of 20%. Okay, so the listing, the post-sell rate, the listing rate gets 20% less. Okay, so we do 40 million. Minus 20%, we end up with 32 million. Okay. So one way to determine these prices is you take BNB and you divide, the BNB and the amount of tokens. The thing is, the BNB can fluctuate. I mean, you've seen it this week. I don't know what it is right now, but at some point in the week, it was like 310, I believe, and then within a day or so, it was dropping significantly. And so prices can fluctuate. Okay. Same thing with the pre-sale rate. This is not necessarily a set in stone thing. Okay. Because if you for example, this pre-sale lasted for how many days? It lasted for close to 48 hours. 48 hours plus, I believe. Started on like a Saturday night, ended on like Monday. Okay. So 48 hours, and price can fluctuate. So when you see this right here, let's say that you contributed to the pre-sale when B&B was $312, and then someone else contributed to the pre-sale when B&B was $296. Does that mean that one of you gets more or less tokens than the other? No. It's when the things are finalized is how this is calculated. Okay. So the way this works is so I take the listing rate. Okay. I don't necessarily care about what it is saying right here. All I care is what is the listing. Okay. And so when these numbers are the same, that makes it really easy. Okay. But when it's different, a 20% difference here. Okay. So what I do over here is where it was listed. Okay. Then I drop down 20% from there, and now here's our pre-sale rate. So this blue line right here, let me delete this one. This blue line right here is our pre-sale rate. That's the pre-sale price. So if you contributed to the pre-sale, that's where that's where the price is. So the gains are based off of that number right there. Now, how do we determine whether a project is profitable in the 24-hour time frame? Okay, so for the 24-hour time frame, we're looking for at least 1 hour within the first 24 hours. Okay, we're looking for 1 hour where price is above the pre-sale price, which is this line right here. Price is above the pre-sale price for at least 1 hour within the first 24 hours of the project. So from right here over here is the first 24 hours of the project. Okay, that's what that line represents. So this is the first 24 hours. So we're looking for at least 1 hour above this. Okay, and so that's how, from an auditing perspective, that's how we determine whether the project is profitable or not. Okay, we also do this for the 7-day time frame and the 30-day time frame. Okay, 7-day time frame is 24 hours within the first 7 days. And then the 30-day time frame is 7 days within the first 30 days. Okay, 30-day time frame. Okay, let me do 7-day time frame. Okay, so that's how we determine whether a project is profitable in those different time frames. We rate these based on 24 hours, 7-day, and 30-day time frames, and then we have an overall category, whether it's profitable or not profitable overall. Okay, so for this project, there was at least 1 hour above the pre-sale price. It doesn't have to be consecutive. Okay, so over here we have a handful of minutes. You get 1-2 minutes over here. Right here. Let me just map this out so you can see it. So we got like a minute there. Here we have 5 minutes. Here we have a couple minutes right there. 2 minutes. Over here. 19 minutes. Over here. 23 minutes. Right here. We got another, 56 minutes. So it looks like we have close to about an hour and a half, maybe a little more. It was above the pre-sale price. So this project is considered profitable, okay, based on those metrics. Okay. So the next thing we look for is what was the VAL? Okay, what was the VAL? VAL stands for Vendor Audited Highest Low. Vendor Audited is highest low. Okay, that's the VAL. So now what we're saying is, this is a great example to look at. So the ATH, we all know what ATH stands for. ATH stands for all-time high. All-time high. Okay, there we go. So here's our voting stuff. Here is our all-time high stuff and gains. So ATH stands for all-time high. Okay, all-time high. And a lot of projects will talk about their all-time high. And they'll brag and boast and say, oh, we did a, whatever. We did a 10x, we did a 20x, we did a 100x. But how long was price actually up there? Could be minutes, could be seconds, who knows? Unsure. Okay? Looks like my network is having some trouble. And so if I'm cutting in and out, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. So, people who got in the pre-sale and sold right away, 25% profit. Now, Luminous Angel had a 0% buy and sell tax. So they got 25% top profit minus gas. Okay, so congratulations. People sold right away. Okay, some people sold instantly. Okay, that's what this candle means. It launched here, people sold. We got some, let me zoom in so you can see. It launched here, right here. People sold, so price goes down. Goes down, 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 down. People start buying, so price goes up. Candle closes, moves to the next candle. Okay? And it goes down. People start buying. It creates a wick. Buy, 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 buy. Now we have a green candle. Goes up, 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 up. Candle closes. People are selling. Sell, 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 sell. Candle closes. Sell. Candle closes. Sell, sell, sell. Goes up a little bit, and then comes back down. Okay, closes right here. It goes up, comes down. Sell, 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 sell. Closes here. Goes up, 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 up. All these buys coming in. Okay, I don't know. Just so happens. I don't think that's necessarily planned, but just so happens that price comes right back up to listing price, which is 25%, and then the next sell-off happens. Okay? So what we're saying with the all-time high is, in this instance, you could have got lucky and sold, potentially, you could have been the first person to sell, or you could have been, got lucky again the next time it comes up. Not you individually, but users, okay? People who participate in this project. This is how this works. Right? And as soon as people start selling, price drops down. Okay? And that's all that's happening with these candles, ups and downs. We got sells, we got buys. Sells, buys. Sells, buys. Sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. Buy, 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 sell, sell. Buy, 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 sell, buy, buy, sell, 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 buy, 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 buy. That's how it works. All right? So those who sold up here at the 25% essentially got lucky. Okay? This was only up here for a fraction of a second. Just fraction, boop, down. Same with this. Up, as soon as it's up there, boop, down. Okay? All these people, once one sell comes in, the next person sells, next person sells, next person sells. Based on this being a low market cap, this has a potential to be, it may not be a lot of users. I wasn't watching it, when it launched, so I wasn't seeing all the orders come through. But you get the idea. Okay, if this is making sense, go ahead and give me a thumbs up so I know that this is making sense. I say all that to say, when projects launch, there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of price going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay? And to catch one of these tops, that could be 1 in a million. Okay? That could be just like a super lucky to catch a top, especially on like a really big gain. I've caught tops before, only because the project had been launched for like months on end, and it just happened to be in my area when I was like ready to take some profits. Okay, but typically when a launch happens, a lot of excitement, a lot of people there watching it and going through the motions and things like that. So to catch this, you're just super lucky. So what did we come up with? We came up with something called the Vetter Audited Highest Low. And what this tells us is we're looking for the highest low. Okay? Meaning, what was the highest point where price was above pre-sale for at least an hour? Okay, when I meant to say not pre-sale, but what was that? The highest low point, okay, for when you have 24 in the 24-hour period, which is the first day, okay, you're looking for 1 hour, 60 minutes, what is the highest low where there's 60 minutes above this one line. Okay, so what that means is we basically draw a line like this, and we start moving it down. We start counting candles. Okay, and once we have an hour above this line, okay, this is our highest low line. Okay, we start up here. We start counting candles. There's one candle. There's two candles. There's a handful of candles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're close. Somewhere in here. Okay? And that's how we end up with the vendor audited highest low. This is saying that price was now above this line for at least 1 hour. Price was above the line for at least 1 hour, indicating that you had adequate time to swap out. So for this project, you actually had an hour to swap out between a 3% to 25% gain. Okay, if you're really quick, maybe you're sharp, maybe you're one of the first people who got out at 25%, maybe you got lucky the second time. A lot of other people fell in between those numbers. But the majority of the people had the ability to swap out at above a 3% gain. Now, in the crypto space, is that something to lose sleep over? Probably not. I know some people don't get out of bed unless it's a 5X, so I get it. On a project that doesn't have tax, I mean, hey, 3%, that's more than what you can get outside of this market, outside of the crypto space. Yeah, it's nothing. It's not life changing, but I will definitely say it is a base hit. Meaning, when I often see projects do this and don't do this, projects more often tank like this and don't have a comeback. You know, testament to the people watching this project, testament to the community, things like that. So I just want to give just a brief example and explanation of how the gains work, and how projects are considered profitable, and what the val means. So if that was helpful and insightful and you learned something new, go ahead and drop that in chat so I know that I explained that great. And if it was confusing, or if you need any questions, feel free to ask a question there, and I'll see if I can explain it differently. So with that, there are a couple projects that we're going to try to take a look at today. Clear all this out here. A couple projects we're going to take a look at today. And now one of these projects is one that Roman had brought up, and I had started looking at this project, and really I just want to give a shout out to Roman, Metallaride, and DJ here. They've been doing a great job discussing the ins and outs of this project. And this is one of the benefits of being involved in Discord is, on these live sessions, we do a very surface level overview of looking at different projects from a scout's perspective, and just seeing what we can see, and see if we notice any red flags, see if we notice anything that's like positive or good information. On Discord, there's when a lot of things go deeper. And just the depth of conversation that these guys are having, super cool. Want to acknowledge them for that. Now, Roman did ask me to look at this project, so I'm going to look at it. And again, it's going to be a very surface level look. But I do invite you to look at this thread and get up to date on what Roman and Metallaride and DJ were saying about this project. One of the things that I like about Roman, he likes to go deep. He likes to look at a project and really tear it apart, and just really understand it. And this is one of the beautiful things about as a scout and also a community member, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. We all have the things, our bread and butter, our go-to. And me, when I'm looking at projects, I very heavily leverage the experience of the scout posting it, and just look at the data. Being on the auditing side, I've seen thousands of projects over the last year, thousands upon thousands of projects, and so I understand that sometimes we feel like we're looking for the absolute best project. And as a scout, you're looking for the perfect project that there's no flaws, no issues perhaps. But I believe there's always going to be some type of red flag about any project. But one of the things I would say for new scouts is don't feel like you have to nail it or get it right. Just do the best you can. This is a very subjective space with not a lot of control, meaning projects that look like they're going to do great, I've seen tank, and projects that look like they should tank, I've seen them do well. And it's perplexing, it's confusing, but that's the nature of the beast. And so one of the things to always have is an open mind and realize that anything is possible. And as a scout, once you've eliminated the likelihood that it's a scam, beyond that, anything can happen. Okay? Anything can happen. I've seen, like I said, I'm very, I guess you could say I'm very liberal when it comes to scouting projects. There's a handful of things that I'm looking for. If it checks the boxes, hey, I'm scouting it. Because I've seen things and this is during a bear market, mind you. This is not even during the peak of the bull run. I wasn't even in the crypto space during the peak of the bull run. So in a bear market, I've seen projects that struggle. I've seen projects that do great. And I say all that to say, it's less about all the research that we can do to find it, but the research does help you in making educated decisions on whether you scout it or not, if that makes sense. Okay? So I don't know if I'm talking in circles or if that's helpful, but I've just found that there are... I've found time and time again a really strong, rigid mentality. You may not scout a project, and your own personal subjectivity may get in the way, or you may go really deep into things that may not have a bearing on whether the project is profitable in the short term or long term. Now, there's still value in that research to know all the ins and outs, but it doesn't always mean that the project is going to be a grand slam. I think that's the best way to put it. There's some scouts who put hardly any information on the scouting report, and they do a great job. There's some scouts who don't put hardly any information on the scouting report, and they do a horrible job. There's some scouts who put a ton of information on their report, and they do a great job. And there's some scouts who put a ton of information on their report, and they do a horrible job. It simply is what it is. Once you've eliminated the likelihood that it's a scam, beyond that, it is whatever's going to happen is what's going to happen. There's nothing you can do to influence that, and I don't believe any amount of research is going to make it any more likely for it to succeed. So with that, we're going to jump into this project. I think it's pronounced Vela Exchange, and I do want to say that what we're going to do right now is we're just going to look at these projects, and it's just a process to sort for projects together as a community. Okay, and this live session is a step in that process. I will say crypto is risky in no way, shape, or form. Am I telling you to invest? This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm just going to share my own thought process while looking into projects, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It's all subjective. The purpose of this is to support you in what to look for as you're scouting your own projects. I may see something that I like, and you may see the exact same thing and think it's wrong, or vice versa, and guess what? Neither one of us is wrong. Okay? We're both in the right place, sharing ideas, which supports everyone together. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's go take a look at Vela. Let's take out the website. Vela Exchange. New era of perpetual dexes. Okay, so you can join their newsletter here. Get Vela Exchange info before anyone else by subscribing to our exclusive newsletter. So right now, I don't really know what this project is about. I don't know what a perpetual dex is. So my thought is like, okay, well, I like the website, but what is this stuff? So I get to keep learning, get to keep reading. Beta opens January 31st. Beta is coming. Beta program begins January 1st for early access participants with open access to all users starting February 9th. Testers will receive access to trading, staking, and exclusive beta incentives throughout the beta testing period. Official launch is soon. Infinite protocol. Pushing the DEX frontier. New era of DEXs, starting with perpetual trading. I don't know what perpetual trading is. Meaning, I don't know what that term is. Okay, so here's the second time we've talked about it, perpetual DEX. So let's just Google this real quick. Let's see what perpetual DEX is. Right here, what is a perpetual DEX? A decentralized spot and perpetual exchange built on... No, I was actually thinking that this was the actual term, but it is a decentralized spot perpetual exchange built on Polygon, aiming to become the all-in-one platform for traders. The DEX constitutes high liquidity pools, can also enter a leverage position, offering a 30x leverage. Additionally, the platform allows users to earn rewards for trading fees. What is perpetual trading? Perpetual futures trading allows traders to buy and sell an underlying asset with a pre-specified delivery date, reducing the need to repeatedly create a long or short position. However, due to the absence of the expiration date, the counterparty risk is high in the case of such financial instruments. Okay, so it sounds like it's an option to trade in the space. Okay, this is the first time I've heard these terms before. I come from a Forex background, and so a little bit different language, but it sounds like what I would be guessing is there's the ability to be trading crypto and maybe other asset classes on this exchange. Advanced automation, up to 100x leverage, flexible assets, fiat on and offboarding, multilingual support, real-time notifications. Okay, so I would say this is very niche specific. So right out the gate, this is a very niche project. Why do I say that? Because there's no video explaining what this is. Meaning anybody who's looking at this project likely knows what it is, what it does, and why it's here. Okay, unlike me, who doesn't know anything about what's going on here. Okay, I say that as a good thing. I look at this as a scout and say, okay, this is made for specific end users in mind. This is not made for someone who knows nothing about trading and not someone who knows nothing about crypto. Okay, they have no interest in onboarding people who don't know it. You know, this is catered towards a very specific group of people. Okay, let's check out the About Us. The Exchange team is committed to building the next frontier of decentralized finance. Meng says leverage trading is on perpetuals. Yeah, I slept through that orientation in Forex where it talked about perpetuals, but like that term is actually foreign to me. Perpetuals. All right, so we got Travis, we got Dan. So we have pictures, we have titles, and we have former information. Okay, so that's a little bit of background stuff. All right, so right now we don't necessarily have socials. We don't necessarily know who these guys are, but we do have names, titles, and a little bit of background information. Advisors. Advisory board empowers us to make strategic decisions powered by diverse battle-tested experience. So we got a handful of advisors here. So here is knowledge base. All right, about Veil Exchange. Veil Exchange is a centralized exchange with advanced perpetual trading capabilities, community-focused incentives, and scalable infrastructure. What advantages does Veil Exchange offer? Trading platform provides significant upside over centralized exchanges with fair, equitable access to platform rewards, self-custody of assets, and zero requirement for centralized clearinghouse. While legacy decentralized applications and exchanges continue to do well with high execution costs, low performance, and other trade incentives, Veil Exchange was built as a next-gen platform to overcome familiar DEX issues, including front-running, slippage, asset limitations, and lack of risk management features. What trading functionality is currently available on the exchange? supports perpetual futures trading with spot, OTC, and other marketplaces coming soon. A full list of features and supporting documents can be found here. Here doesn't work. Interesting. I was expecting to find some more. DEX Pools, a platform launched by the Vela Exchange team, is a separate application featuring secure escrow-less peer-to-peer swapping functionality, as well as tools including chat and advanced alerts for OTC traders. This application may be merged into the Vela Exchange platform at a later date. Interesting that their links aren't working here. All right, let's take a look at their white paper real quick. All right, so we have some the branding is consistent, so you have continuity with the branding. And this paper is not white like the last one we looked at. Vela Exchange is a permissionless, self-custody-driven perpetual exchange built with innovative blockchain architecture to ensure fast transactions, secure trading, and extensibility into additional synthetic options and derivatives. The rewards structure of Vela Exchange is carefully balanced to manage token and reward supply while maintaining high incentives for liquidity, provisioning, and trading. While perpetual trading is the first product of Vela Exchange, the long-term vision of Vela Exchange is to provide traders with a home base complete with everything they need to trade crypto assets and leverage products. This vision is always in motion at Vela Exchange and is an essential part of the Vela team's ethos as we continue building in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So earlier I said this is a very niche-specific project. You read some of those words, you can see what I mean. And if you're, listening to this right now, if you're following along on the white paper, you have no clue what this is, that's okay. That's all right. This is not designed for the masses. This is designed for a specific group of people, and they're solving a need for a specific group of people. Now, for me, not being in that crowd, how do I know what is good or not? Okay? Hear me out on this right now. Right now, if you have no clue what this project is, I'm with you. Okay, I know a little bit, but I don't know what this project is all about. I don't know what kind of problems they face. I don't know what kind of solutions that this company or project is offering. But here's the beauty of Discord. Other community members do. Other community members do know what's going on with the project. Other community members are interested in this project, and other community members are talking about this project. So if you ever want to leverage someone else's knowledge and experience, this is the way to do it, through crowdsourcing. You find a project, you're like, man, I really don't know. I really have no clue what this project is about. You could ask a question in Discord, get some answers, get some dialogue going. It's fantastic. It's a great way for you to learn if this is something that you're interested in learning. Okay? Let's go back here. Perpetual Exchange. Fully on-chain order book, Perpetual Exchange, where users can create positions against performance of synthetic assets with leverage up to 100x. Major activities within Vela Exchange include... another thing I want to mention about this right here. So we've read the website, we read the, whatever that thing was, there was a docs section, there was the Git book or whatever. But this phrase, this is the first time we've read this phrasing. It's they're not even copying and pasting stuff. This is rewritten in a different way than what the previous thing was, which I can appreciate. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, backing the perpetual vault in leverage trading by minting or redeeming VLP, creating or closing leverage positions on supported synthetic assets, managing pending or open positions with triggered orders, staking Vela or VLP for various ecosystem rewards. Trading features. Vela Exchange provides traders with a powerful platform for leverage trading supported by robust hybrid on-chain, off-chain architecture. We believe that combining the best of blockchain technology and proven server-hosted capabilities allows users to benefit from self-custody without sacrificing performance and reliability. Leverage positions. Traders may create long and short positions with up to 100x leverage on certain assets with USD as the quote currency. Asset prices are synthetic and are derived from oracles and price data derived from several enterprise data sources through our custom vStream price feed. So asset type, cryptocurrency. So you got like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge, Forex. You'd be trading, GBP, Euro, USD, and USD, JPY, UJ, things like that. Market cap, Arbitrum, TLV, USDC, and then right here it shows the leverage for these types of platforms. Token rewards, platform reward summary. Up to 75% of the revenue generated. What? Up to 75% of the revenue generated by the platform will be used to reward stakers of Vela, eVela, and VLP, as well as liquidity providers via minting VLP. All rewards will be distributed in both USDC and now here's where it got my attention. Up to 75%. So I mean, obviously, it's not saying minimum 75%. It's saying up to 75%. So I guess they can throttle that. They can change that. So maybe it's 25 one day, or for months or whatever. I don't know. But up to 75% of the revenue generated by the platform be used to reward stakers. Now, revenue generated by the platform. I'm curious how they're going to generate revenue. Right now, we know that it's going to be shared. But with traditional forex brokers, every time that there's when you enter a position, there's commissions and things like that. So I don't know if that's what's similar here. What types of fees and stuff are associated with this. But yeah, 75% of the revenue is shared. I say that's a big deal because in the forex world, there's thousands of trades happening. Thousands of trades happening. Just one broker, there's thousands upon thousands of trades happening. So that's pretty cool. You've often heard me say that sometimes I'm looking at a project and trying to connect the dots in my brain to figure out what's going on, and all of a sudden something catches my attention. And I'm like, okay, hey, this caught my attention, and that's what that was right there. The fact that those fees are going to be shared. Well, we don't know what the fees are yet, but. Oh, here we go, right here. The fees generated from perpetual trades are split as follows: 50% to the VLP vault, 20% in the rewards, 10% for staking, 10% for staking. Vela, eVela, VLP, 5% USDC rewards for stakers, 25% to treasury. So 70. Well, I don't know. I'll get to see a visual breakout of how this looks, to actually have an understanding of what's going on here. Here's what I'm interested in. So here are the three tokens. Let's see what they go. Vela, VELA, is a native token for the Vela exchange ecosystem. Vela can be obtained by providing liquidity on supported dexes through obtaining a vesting eVela by purchasing via supported exchanges or through specific platform rewards. Owners of Vela may also stake Vela to participate in platform reward share. eVela, escrowed Vela. eVela is a vesting token for Vela and can be used in two ways: stake and earn rewards, just like staking Vela, with the same reward structure. Stake into the vesting contract and claim the same amount of Vela, which is unlocked continuously throughout a 1-year linear vesting period. eVela that is staked for vesting does not earn rewards. VLP. Traders may mint VLP tokens to back leverage trades within the platform by minting VLP stablecoins By minting VLP, stablecoins are deposited into the perpetual trading vault for traders to borrow from their leveraged positions. The value of the vault is represented through the cumulative total of all minted VLP tokens that have not been redeemed. By holding VLP, users share 50% of the total fees generated by the perpetual exchange in the USDC. By holding VLP, users share 50% of the total fees generated by the perpetual exchange in USDC. Let me zoom in so I can see this better. All right, so opening closing fees. So this is the question I asked earlier. What are the fees? Opening and closing fees. I'm guessing that's opening and closing positions. VLP minting fees. Funding fees. 25% goes to rewards. 50% goes to the VLP liquidity pool. And 25% goes to treasury. Buyback model. Another mechanism to stabilize supply of Vela is a unique Vela buyback model. Up to 20% of the generated perps fees, including fees for opening, closing positions, staking VLP, and net funding fees, will be used to buy back Vela on the open market. Buybacks will be made strategically and occur over 2-week periods. To give an example of a projected buyback values, a total of 200,000 will be dedicated toward Vela buybacks for every 1 million in perpetual generated fees. All the Vela bought back from the market will be periodically loaded into these staking contracts, and an equal amount of eVela is minted. This eVela is emitted as rewards for stakers of Vela, eVela, and VLP. This means no additional Vela will need to be minted to maintain this reward structure. Mank says he's in a similar project on Phantom Network. I can say that the reward structure and how to maximize rewards by how you set up the different tokens doesn't stop being confusing. Yeah. It sounds like stake everything and collect everything. Is that the strategy, Ming? Stake everything and collect everything. Stake it all. Stake it all. Trading fees. The fees for the perpetual exchange will be a flat 0.08% for both opening and closing a position. Fee discounts. Your staked Vela in eVela has the utility of earning discounts on fees. The table below shows the number of staked tokens required at any given time to achieve the corresponding discount. Oh, nice. So if you stake, your fees are less. So there's an incentive for people to use the platform and stake it. Not only for the rewards, but if they're using the platform, their fees are going to be less. So they get benefits from staking, but also get the benefits as more tokens for staking. But they also get the fee discount. Mission schedules estimation may be a delta between actual missions and projected emissions. So they also have some governance. All right. Well, that was a nice little overview here. So one of the things I noticed, and you may have noticed it too, the wording in the white paper is like super crisp, super clear. This looks like it's like professionals wrote it. So intentionality with the design of the white paper, but also the language, the reading. There weren't like errors in language that sometimes we run across, and so there's a level of like professionalism that like a vibe of professionalism that I get with this. Let's go ahead and check out the Telegram. We got 7,300 members, 78 pinned messages. First pinned message goes back to December 25th. Some quality engagement. That one had a lot of engagement, but the rest not as much. Did I see a AMA? Oh, what is this? Yeah. Yeah, so here's an AMA with Alpha DAO, January 4th. So not only did they record it, but they also pinned it. They're getting on my good side. Got some Twitter spaces going on. Let's take a look at this real quick. 17,000 people tuned in. Wow, that's great. 17,000. Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. 17,000. That's interesting. So, are they saying that this is they're selling the AMAs as NFTs? Did I read that right? I don't know if I read that right. First AMA NFT, second AMA NFT. Team has decided to push back our launch a bit further, January 31st, to make sure all application layers are thoroughly audited and reviewed. Some new UI features are properly tested. It wasn't an easy decision, but our auditor Hacken is performing an intense deep dive in our application. Vela Exchange has some cutting-edge trading functionality that requires additional focus that most other applications would not require. HyperVLP has over 7,000 applicants with close to 10 million in committed liquidity. Remember, your spot isn't guaranteed unless you mint. Vela community has grown more than 200% in the last few weeks, making us one of the biggest perps communities around. Our audit and GitHub repo will go public in the next few business days. Some insane sneak peeks are coming up to satisfy your appetite. Community members will have more time to sign up. The DXP and Vela Bridge is about to be announced and is looking sexy. Sneak peeks for Vela Beta participation NFT coming soon. These are the new dates for beta. January 31st, early access, round 1. February 3rd, 7th, round 2 and 3. February 9th, open for beta access. 14th, HyperVLP. Not a lot of engagement on that one. Alrighty. I did see this guy on the website, I believe. Mr. Dan. Mr. Dan. Oh, right here. Yeah, Dan, right there. Alright, there's Dan. KYC, KYC. Now, one of the things that I've noticed with some of these projects, when we talk about KYC, they're actually talking about to use the platform. KYC to use their platform, not necessarily KYC like we see in the pre-sale space, where the team has submitted their personal docs, personal identification to a third-party source. KYC in this instance is people are asking if you, as a user, get the KYC to use the platform. I want to find their Twitter. Let me go back to the website. I want to look at their Twitter. About us. $70,000 followers. Okay, that's pinned. That was on the 13th, so that was 13 days ago. 125,000 views. Man, 40 seconds ago. 44 people saw it 40 seconds ago. There's a lot of people seeing this. They have a lot of eyeballs on them. Yeah, I mean, it would appear that there's some hype and excitement. The fact that I believe it was for liquidity. I don't know exactly what it was for, but I thought it was liquidity. But 10 million proposed. Let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? No, I can't find the message I was looking for. Another AMA? Who's this with? The Game Hunters? Oh, the Gym Hunters. Okay. They're doing a lot of Twitter spaces, it looks like. Oh, right here. 7,000 applicants with close to 10 million in committed liquidity. Yeah, so it sounds like there's a lot of people excited about this project and talking about this project. Meng says this kind of DEX needs a high liquidity, so they reward you for providing that, but different compositions can vary in getting the most out of your staking. Joseph asks, when Moon? I don't know, man. This project looks pretty juicy. The one thing is, I don't know what the competitors are. So, on the outside looking in, the project, there's a lot of things that are solid about the project. They definitely look like they're professional. They know what they're talking about. They're in a niche space, serving a niche group of people. My question would be, and this is the same thing that Roman was saying in Discord, what's the difference between other platforms like this and how are these guys different and things like that. And I don't know. That's not I know nothing about this particular space. I know how to use brokerage accounts and things like that. I know how to use MT4 and MT5, but I don't know how that stuff works on the crypto side. I mean, I'm able to trade crypto on the traditional forex side of things, but I don't know how this world works. This is, if you're watching this right now, you're like, I don't know how any of this stuff works. Hey, I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. So, while all this looks great and visually pleasing, question at the end of the day is, can the team deliver? And it doesn't sound like they're first to market. It sounds like there's other projects who are doing their thing. I mean, Roman mentioned right here, Vela Exchange is a perpetual platform whose competitors include GMX, GNS, and DYDX, to name a few. Sounds like there's many. There's many that are competitors in the space, and so if you're watching this and you do have a knowledge on this, it's worth hopping in here into this thread. This is under live sessions, live board Vela Exchange. Roman wanted me to mention this project and talk about it, so I'm doing the best I can without knowing much about these projects. But yeah, I do from strictly a scout perspective, I do appreciate the fact that very niche specific. They're professional in what they're doing, and yeah, I mean, it looks like the project has potential. But again, what is Vela Exchange doing differently than GMX, GNS, DYDX? What are they doing differently? Is there enough room for all of them? I know in the Forex space, there's enough room to have multiple brokers. Is there enough room in the crypto space? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I mean, and again, I don't know how valid that statement is with 7,000 people, 10 million, pledged. I don't know if that's a drop in the bucket or if that's actually good. And so, my thought process with that, though, is like, what are they, what's their unique selling proposition? What are they coming to the table with? How are they being different? I know Roman was talking about there's different leverage. They offer different things right here. So with GMX, you can only trade crypto with 50x leverage. But with Vela, it's 30x. So it's again, without knowing exactly what their platform is doing, how it's working, and things like that, it makes me curious. Although I will say, not curious enough to dive deep into it. If you guys haven't picked up, I only go super deep on projects that I am in 100%, and so like I only know the ins and outs of a few projects. Beyond that, I'm very much, hey, does it check these boxes? And if it does, oh hey, this is worth a look for me. Joseph asks, what is the starting market cap and FTV then compare to the others in the category? Let's take a look. What's this photo? Where did this come from? Like I didn't see this anywhere. I don't recall seeing this like on the white paper or anything like that. It's kind of hard to see, but we have Vela, we have Gains, GMX, and DYDX. So we have a smaller market cap. I mean, GMX is pretty massive, 84,000. Oh, this doesn't tell us much though. I mean, I guess two of the things that are big. I don't know what OTC trading is. I don't know if that's over the counter or that's strictly to the medical world. OTC. Fiat on ramp, assets and leverage, tokenomics. Yeah, I mean everything's kind kind of similar. I guess tokenomics are better with the other three than the DYDX. Meng, how do you know about all this stuff? Meng's a well diversified individual. You know, you ask Meng a question about any project, and he's researched it. I appreciate that about Meng. You are a wealth of knowledge. Yeah, Meng and Joseph, they always bring that knowledge. Gaines Network. Hold on a second. 150 FTV. Gaines Network is like 500 million FTV, if not more. DYDX at billions. GMX is technically infinite since their minting contract doesn't have a limit. Joseph, I don't know if that answers your question. $150 million FTV. Gaines Network is 500 million FTV, not more. DYDX at billions. GMX is technically infinite since their minting contract doesn't have a limit. When someone looks at Vela, the top class comparable is GMX. GMX has 8 times the FTV. If Vela is fair valued at the same metrics, it should be in the top 20 protocols by revenue. Yeah, I just searched Vela FTV, and this is all I got. So I don't know if that helps you out, brother. Meng's always doing some research, hanging out on crypto Twitter, highly selective. Sounds like you follow some great people. unless you're in an AMA where they're silent for 90 minutes. All right, ladies and gents, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Again, I feel like I'm kind of gimping along, not necessarily knowing, you know, the ins and outs of this space, but from the little bit that you know, Meng and Joseph chimed in, you know, it helped us navigate a little more clearly. Really curious, you know, Meng and Joseph, what your thoughts are. You guys seem like you. I mean, I know Meng definitely, but you guys definitely seem like you have a lot more experience with these types of projects. It'd be great to get your insights in. It'd be great to get your insights in this thread that Roman created. I think that'd be really helpful for, you know, me to learn, and also for other people to learn. Those who are, you know, on the sidelines, you know, watching us speak Chinese right now. But from a very surface level perspective, like I said, there's some things that look pretty cool about the project, and it looks like a professional, well done. And also, some people seem to be excited about it. I mean, 17,000 people turned it into a Twitter space. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, the other day there was one of the projects we were talking about here in Discord was Bull Flag, and Megan was saying he was on their AMA, and it was just silent for 90 minutes, and I had tuned in, like I jumped on there, I just thought that I'd missed it, so I logged off because like no one was talking. I'm over here stressed out about being silent for 20 seconds, and they're over there not saying anything for 90 minutes. It's pretty wild. Excuse me. So with that, guys, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for contributing. I feel like today was a quality call as always. Thank you for your contributions. So I'll end like I always do, like my mentor always said, life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. Hey, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of this community, and thank you for contributing. This is the beauty of what we have here. If it wasn't for Roman, I wouldn't know about this project. If it wasn't for Mang and Joseph, I wouldn't have any additional insights in this project. And, the beauty of all of us getting to share some of the things that we're looking at without individually all of us trying to capture the whole market and look at the whole market. And so that's the beauty of this community and what we're creating here. So with that, hey, thank you guys for your contribution. I look forward to seeing what you say in Discord and seeing what your 2 cents are. So with that, I will see you next Tuesday, and until then, I'll see you in Discord. Bye for now.